Okay, Bill McKechnie Take Home Golf Pro, or Bill McKechnie Just Golf Pro here at Shoreline Golf Links. This video is for the folks who took my short game clinic the other day, and just wanted to go over some of the basic points we covered, and we start from the feet and move upwards. Okay, my feet. What's one of the most important things I said we need to worry about? Keeping weight on my left side. So remember, when weight gets back on my right side during a swing, my shoulders pop up, and when my shoulders pop up, my swing also pops up, and I wind up swinging above the ball. And in this shot, I want to be hitting down through the ball. So feet are going to stay weights on my left side. As far as stance, I can stand either parallel to my target line, or I can open my hips up a little bit. Remember, the shorter your club, the more you need to get your hips open. And a lot of people feel that by looking at a target, they can throw a ball better than standing parallel to their target and throwing across their body. So if you want to stand, and I will pretend my target's out there, if I want to stand with my stance open a little bit, make sure my shoulders remain square to my target line. So I can open my hips, but make sure my shoulders stay square. Okay, we'll move up to my hands. The second thing I said that was very important was maintaining, now right-handers, if I move my hand to 1 o'clock here, we said that that was important. And I even showed you this little gizmo here that's called the Secret by Greg Norman. And this shows how it keeps my hand in this angle. So why is that important? Once I create this, I set up, let's go over my setup again. My club goes down, I have a little forward lean, and then I move my body forward. I want the end of this club to be even with the center of my chest. Okay? That's what we call stand to the handle. If I wanted to hit something more back here, the handle will be in my chest again. But I'm gonna start by tilting my club maybe 10 degrees. Then I'm gonna move forward, so the ball's actually behind my stance, and this handle's right in front of my chest. Now notice, I put my left hand in this club, form one straight line. When I put my right hand on the club, I maintain this angle. And if we do this correctly, I put my weight on my left side, I'm gonna rock my shoulders back, hit the ball, and I'm gonna come through, and notice I maintain the same angle. This club started off looking like a little Y. As I went back, it maintained its little Y position, and as I hit through and made contact, it stayed a little Y. And all the time, this right hand, left-handers hit your left hand, stayed at the same angle, that 1 o'clock position that where I showed you we turned it this way, okay? So that's what my hands are doing. My arms are kind of staying on my body here, and I say it's almost like I'm Velcroed to my arms to my body. If I let my arms get away from my body, my arms work very independently. I want my arms and my body working together. So notice when I have my arms on my body here, it's real simple for me to rock my body back, rock my body through. I'm just simply rocking my shoulders. My shoulders are doing this, okay? And that's all I want to do. I want to stand far enough from the ball. Remember, we talked about if we stand too straight up and down, my arms don't hang straight down from my body, and then it gets hard for me to rock my shoulders correctly. So I want to get some forward bend in my hips. That's going to let my arms hang straight down. Now I'm going to grip the club right where the arms hang down, and now you can see how my shoulders can rock back and forth. Okay, there's my shoulders rocking back and forth. We talked about my grip, and specifically I had you hold the club nice and loosely and just bring it back with a nice even tempo. And then I asked you to swing the club faster. And what did you have to do to swing the club faster? You had to tighten your grip. So we can determine that if I want to make a nice shot where my shoulders are simply rocking, my grip is nice and loose, if I just keep my hands at the same pressure, my grip pressure, then I'm going to be able to make a nice smooth swing. The minute I start tightening my grip, that's when you start seeing things that look like this. And obviously this is not a good swing. This is a good swing. So it's a nice loose hand pressure. My forward hand stays moving towards the target. I don't want my hand to change angle, because look at what that does to my club face. Remember, if I do this correctly, I'm going to finish out here looking like that. Notice my wrist is still straight. My little Y that I formed here is still intact, but my body turns to my target. So I'm going to rock my shoulders back, rock my shoulders through, and my body turns and faces my target. My weight always stays on my left side. We talked about how we initiate the swing. Now in a full swing, I bring the club back to my left hand and my body starts to swing, right? Well, with the short game, I want to start the swing with my back hand here, my right hand if you're righty, left hand if you're lefty. So I'm going to come back and rock my shoulders, but my right hand is going to initiate my swing. I'm going to hit this ball with a downward blow. So I don't want my weight getting back on my back foot, because that would cause me to hit an upward blow. And I don't want my wrist breaking, because that would also cause me to hit the ball with an upward blow. I want to be thinking about hitting right down on the top of this ball. That's going to push it into the ground. It's going to make it pop up in the air, get on the ground, and start running. So here's a couple of shots for you just to show you. Weight stays on the left side. I can choke down on the club too. That's the important setup. I want to set up with the club a little more. I don't want it low in my hands. I want it setting up a little higher. And this is something we didn't discuss, but I'll talk about it. Notice when my club is more vertical, there's less of the club touching the ground. So just think, if I lay my club back this way, my whole bottom of my club can hit the ground and it could get knocked out of position. If I tilt my club more vertical, now my toe is the only thing that's touching the ground. It's going to make less contact, and therefore less likely that the club hits the ground and twist my club into the wrong direction. So when you're setting up, think of this club being more vertical and moving closer to the ball than staying back here and letting the club stay flat, okay? I want to try to get as close to the ball as possible. In fact, when I set up to this ball, I might only be about a foot away, okay? Why? Because I want to be bent at the hips, arms hanging. And there's a pretty good position right there. I don't want to be out where my arms are out here. Don't want to be in with my arms in here. We're going to pick a spot 4 paces onto the green, and that's going to be my target. So if in this instance I have a flag out here, you can't see. It's about 20 feet away from me. I know if I land my ball 4 paces onto the green, that's about a 10-foot shot. So I'm going to need another 10 feet of roll to get to the flag. So what does that mean? The ball flies 10 feet. I need another 10 feet of roll. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. And we discussed that would be my pitching wedge. Now another flag over there is 30 feet away. I'm going to land this ball. I'm going to hit a 10-foot shot here, land it 4 paces on the green, and it's going to have to roll 20 feet. So my ratio is fly it 10 feet, let it roll 20 feet. That's a 2-to-1 or 1-to-2 ratio. That is going to be my 9-iron in most cases. Blue flag all the way back there. We're going to land it, fly it 10 feet, let it roll 30 feet. 3-to-1 ratio. That's my 8-iron. So we learned that with all our different clubs, we can hit the ball a number of different lengths with the same 10-foot shot. So once again, weights on the left side, arms hanging straight down. Take that angle with my back hand. I form a little Y in my stance here. Keep my head down, rock my shoulders. Hit the flag. Any questions, email me.